This is the Viking Hobbit, Jim Benson, coming back at you again. We're on the way back home from our Arnold experience. This has been a hell of a weekend. And what do you say, Joe?
Okay, first of all, you got to introduce me. I don't know if you're new to this, but my name is Joe Stevens. I'm a lifter at Dirty South Barbell. Like Junior said, we are coming back. We're on the road. We're doing this shit mobile
as we go.
As we go, we're flying down 75.
Going in the speed limit, though.
Within the speed limit, because safety is our number one priority.
That is right. We always go safety first. But yeah, we left on Thursday to come up here to Columbus, Ohio, and it took us about 35,000 hours. It felt like
it was a ride. Let's to say the least.
Joe had to stop and pee like 5 times, and we had to eat.
I'm an old man. What do you expect?
But Friday we went to the Arnold that Friday morning and walked around, checked out some of the things. Saw we waited forever on the strongman stuff.
We did. We waited. They warm up more than any sport I've ever known. They warmed up for a solid hour and a half for one event. Which, I mean, that's their thing, do their thing. But I was really ready to see strongman, and they just weren't ready to show me.
Yeah, a lot of people though.
A whole lot of people.
What it says, like over the whole weekend, it's like 200,000 people.
200,000 people will go through the Greater Ohio Columbus Convention Center. It's a huge building, 1 million square feet. Full of everything you can think of.
11 billion square foot.
It was just full of fitness, anything you wanted.
Honestly, it felt more CrossFit related.
It really had a feel of CrossFit, Spartan race, a whole lot of gimmicky stuff this time. A lot more t-shirt vendors than there ever have been.
Yeah, I spent like $500 on t-shirts. I don't know why, though.
Yeah, he did. He bought a lot of t-shirts. A lot of Viking t-shirts.
The Viking t-shirts, yes.
I mean, just a user poll. Does anybody know a 5'2" Viking? Nope, don't exist.
5'5".
4 3/4.
It's on my birth certificate. It says 5'5".
On your birth certificate. They didn't know how big you were going to be. A fully grown
It's
man.
An official document, Joe.
It is an official document. It was created in 1986 when you were born.
Exactly.
They didn't
it says
know
5'5"
how big you were
on it.
Go.
What? They added it in later.
No, they didn't.
Anyways, walked through. They had a lot of things. I like the way that they had it set up. Because we've been I know we went last year, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And then they change it up each time, which makes a good thing. It ain't the same thing every time. So like one stage is over here, and then they have a bunch of venues over on one side, and they change it up. It definitely makes it different and fun to see.
You could tell there were a lot of small companies blowing their whole marketing budget on this one convention. We saw anywhere from booths that had one table set up with 3 shirts laid out there to, in my opinion, the most overspent amount of money I've ever seen in the Arnold, which is VPX Bang, an energy drink. They had 4 full stages with full-blown dancers on every stage, playing the loudest music I've ever heard in the Arnold.
And girls promoting out the yin yang.
Yes, they had probably 70 females, scantily clad dress, let's to say the least. They were marketing with their bodies. But at least 70 of those, and probably 4 dudes, shirtless dudes.
Yeah, we didn't care about all that.
It was not for me, but I get it. There was lots of females there.
It was cool. On the outside, they had the axe throwing thing.
Yeah, they did have.
That's like a new thing now.
It is, I guess. I guess there's little pop-up places where you drink beer and throw axes, which that sounds super manly.
That's right. Throw an axe.
Drink a beer and throw an axe. I don't drink, but whatever.
You know, and then, like, there was only maybe one or two out of all the little pre-workout drinks that I've sampled. There was only like one or two that actually tasted good.
Well,
I mean,
we get the best supplements we can buy at Dirty South Barbell.
yeah.
So why would we even try those crappy supplements in the first place? High Tech Pharmaceuticals, by the way.
High Tech, all the way.
Greatest supplement company I've ever tasted and or put in my body. Actually, they're the only ones I do trust. Shout out.
Shout out. But, no, we walked around, and I tell you what, you know how we talked about we're sore in the legs from having to shuffle through?
Yeah, you figure out that 4.5 hours of shuffle walking, it does work to your hips.
My psoas muscles are sore.
There were so many people, though. From the time we walked in the front door to the time we left, you couldn't turn around without hitting somebody.
No.
We're not small people, but I mean, it is crowded in there. Enough about how the place looked. Let's talk about what we saw there.
We saw a whole lot of booties.
Junior, that's not what I was talking about, but yes, there was a lot of booties.
A lot of booties.
They love, apparently you get a couple 100,000 thoughts in one room. That's like jeggings for days.
Yes.
They love it. Just camel toe and too tight pants were everywhere.
It's amazing. We did catch some of the bodybuilding show.
Yeah, we got a little bit of the bodybuilding show.
And the women's figure? Was it a figure?
It was a figure competition.
Yeah.
Definitely, you could tell a shift in bodybuilding has begun. There were no mass monsters. They were all ripped up, classic physique style.
Yeah.
More going back to the Arnold style of bodybuilding. There were no 6 foot tall, 330 pound monsters. We saw a lot of the ex bodybuilders. Jay Cutler was there. Ronnie Coleman was there. Rolly Winkler, I saw him.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about this place, that if you go, you realize that these are normal people that they train extra hard on doing one thing, and and for that alone, I respect them. Their one thing is to make their body look the way they want, and they have learned how to manipulate and do whatever they need to do to make this tricep look exactly like that tricep, and that's a respect thing right there.
They definitely over the years of learning about bodybuilding, they definitely got into a science. Especially from, they get like the meals, they got it timed out like to the T when they're supposed to take everything and all that stuff. So it's definitely, I still love to eat too much though to be a bodybuilder.
That's a true story. Plus, you don't like vegetables.
I do eat. Well, I ate that one carrot at one time. But
world's strongest 5-year-old people.
I love my Pop-Tarts. This dude is riding your ass.
And it is odd to record a podcast as we're going down the road. I don't know if y'all can hear it. There's a lot of road noise. We're going about 80 miles an hour. We're well within the speed limit.
We're well within the lawful speed limit. Yes,
lawful speed limit. But people drive crazy these days. That's a podcast all in itself right there. But we'll get back to the Arnold. The Arnold this year was packed full of people. Long gone by are the days where everybody that goes to the Arnold is a jacked human being. That was not there. There was very few. I saw very few people outside of the competitors, the competitors in all the other sports that I thought was like, man, that's a jacked dude. I didn't see hardly any this year.
There's a lot more
normal looking people.
More normal looking people, which I don't guess is a bad thing, because you get people that might not be in the fitness industry at all start to evolve into it.
But so that was Friday. That was our Friday.
Oh, we did go by West Side. That was fun.
Yeah, we went by West Side. We saw West Side's Barbell, which is in Columbus, Ohio.
Stopped by there and talked to them for a minute.
We talked to them. We saw some of the new products they're working on. Very innovative, very innovative. If you get a chance, look them up.
Saw Tom working with some of the wrestlers and stuff.
Yeah, we saw some new stuff on how they're training wrestlers, MMA fighters.
And
it's definitely crazy to see the amount of knowledge that place has. And outside of powerlifting and, maybe a couple of schools and, lifting in general, the lack of respect that man gets is I find is very offensive to anybody that knows anything about strength. He's far ahead of his time as far as training somebody to be specific in what they do.
Yeah, I mean, because with that type of knowledge, and then take the knowledge that we've learned over the years, we're the long way. I mean, it's stupid easy to make somebody strong.
Which makes me, I think it's a little less impressive when I see strength and conditioning coaches do what they do and get all the praise when they did half-ass jobs. We could be creating, like right now, if you took a person, if Louis was given a team with the amount of money that they give to strength and conditioning and the ability and the knowledge that he has, they would never have to worry about recruiting because everybody would want to go there because they would turn out every NFL athlete.
Well, yeah, I mean, all right, just a little bit that we noticed so far with, like, just take strength and conditioning coaches in Georgia. It's like they're light years behind everything as far as the strength.
Their lack of knowledge in their own profession is ridiculous.
Main thing they want to do is
they run the kids to death.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a kid strong faster by running them.
We literally taken all the high school kids that we work with, made their 40s faster, made them a lot stronger, and we don't even run them.
Never. They don't run when they come and see. Shane's a genius when it comes to that.
And he's really learned how to...
and if you listen to this, and you have a high school athlete in the Georgia area that wants to be better than the team they play for, tell them to come see us. Tell them to come see us, and within 6 months, they will be a better athlete.
I mean, all right, taking a look at the kids that Shane's been working with now. Like, they've already went past what anybody else on our team expected them to do. And they're actually getting bad looks at from the other team just because they've done so well. And they're progressing so fast.
But yet again, we digress. We were talking about the Arnold.
Yeah, we get off topic sometimes.
Yeah, real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad.
We're dyslexic.
It's ADD.
Dyslexia, ADD.
No, sir. No, you're trying hard.
No.
You're trying hard. I appreciate you trying. It's we definitely have the attention span of a gnat. Yeah, it's real bad.
Maybe that.
But anyway, so that's our Friday. That's our Friday at the Arnold. We literally Friday from 9 o'clock till probably 9 o'clock at night. We're going. Columbus is a busy city. We're busy people.
We done ate like 15 times already.
That's a true story. We did eat a lot.
Hot head burritos.
Shout out
to Hot Head Burritos.
Shameless ploy to get sponsorship from Hot Head. Greatest sauce in the burrito business.
Y'all need to move some change to Georgia.
Please do. Chipotle, you're going down. Hot Heads is coming in.
When did we eat at Cheesecake Factory? That was yesterday.
That was Saturday. Saturday we had a chill out day. We went and watched some of the XBC.
The finals.
The finals. They multiply finals. We went and watched some of that.
That was there was some pretty good lifts on that day.
Very impressive. Very impressive, I must say. The XPC has come a long way since the first time I ever saw one of their meets. Their stage setup is on par with some of the best I've ever seen as far as powerlifting competitions.
They definitely take the time to set it up and make it presentable and make it where the lifter itself has their own experience, and you can get just hyped just walking on the stage.
Their music's better than any other powerlifting competition I've ever been to. They have an MC that's usually really good.
One thing I noticed I liked about it was that they have the MC mics turned up enough to where you didn't got to cut the music on down and up all the time. So you had a constant feed of like rock or rap or whatever they played, and it's like the vibe just stayed the same. You didn't have to go up or down.
We definitely saw 11-15 squat out of
Bruce Mason. He had a real good day. I actually talked to him today at the Arnold.
Very good day.
11-15 squat, 755, 755 bench, and then 760 deadlift.
Yeah. Like, needless to say, we were impressed with the amount of talent that was in that building. Meets were well ran. Spotters and loaders were on point.
Yeah, there's a few that almost dumped it in their face, but they caught it.
They caught it quick. We're multiply lifters, so it's always good to see a room full of multiply lifters.
And the camaraderie there, and then
everybody seemed like they were in a good mood. There weren't a whole lot of yelling and screaming going on.
And the venue they had it at was pretty good too.
The Road Center. The Road Center is definitely a good venue.
With the stage, because I always worried about, because we lived in places with a stage before. Always worried about like if it's on a stage, will it be stable enough? Like say if you stand up with the squat, is it going to be stable enough to hold you? And you don't fall backwards or forwards. But it seemed like everybody did pretty well on it.
It's definitely a point of contention where we may have to think about lifting in the XPC. It's a good little ride from us, but it's still definitely a change of pace from the SPF, APC, and USPA meets that are around Georgia.
Yeah, it's nice to have a variety of different things to choose from. But, I like the way they do things. So
I will say the concessions were a little lacking there.
Yeah, they did.
Food was a little off.
That little hot dog that you ate.
It looked disgusting.
I just had a pack of M&Ms.
It tastes worse than it looked. I promise you that. We definitely we watched all of that. We watched all of the lifts on the XPC. Of course, the reason we were there, Shane got weighed in. Came in at a measly 299. He tries to be a 300-pound man.
He tries to be.
But he's not. He's not built for that. He's not built for a 300-pounder. He's a solid 290 lifter.
290. 295, 290. Stays around in there. He'll hit 300 for like a half a day and then just lose it.
Just won't make it. But, which brings us to the,
what's on today?
Day 3.
Yeah, day 3. Me and Joe get there a little bit early. Walk around for a second just to see, see if we hit a few aisles that we missed on the first day. But and then walk around. It's definitely not as quiet as many people on the third day.
But definitely, if you were going to the Arnold, I would suggest get there early, even though it doesn't open up till like 10 o'clock. Get there early. Parking spaces in downtown Columbus fill up quick.
Yeah, the first day.
It took us almost 3 hours to get parked, and we had to park so far away that we had to use a cab service because we're not walking. A cab service to take us to the building, which was 5 miles away. So that is a definite note that you may want to jot down. Get there early.
Yeah, we get there, and they're having the USAPL
bench bash.
the bench bash for the USAPL, and that's one thing. We watched Blaine Sumner bench 905 pounds,
a clean 905 pounds,
and they scratched him just because he picked his damn head up.
Shout out to Blaine Sumner. I don't know how you do what you do.
The Vanilla Gorilla.
You put 905 in your hands in a single ply shirt, pressed it, and they caught you on your head coming up, and you walked away like a true gentleman. Shout out to Blaine Sumner for being one of the most. Well, he was with it. He showed amounts of character that is not in sports today.
No,
He took their word. Technically, it's in the rules. It's a iffy rule, but
I've never heard of it before.
He did. They redlighted him on picking his head up with 905 pounds in his hand, which would have broke his own record, mind you.
Yeah, broke the record he set last year.
Yeah.
I just, to me, that type of rule, like your head picking up, if it ain't something that assists to the lift, I mean, I don't understand it. So that's why I ain't gonna say we're picky in what federations we lived in, but it's just.
But it won't be that one.
But it's kind of ridiculous. It kind of takes away from something like that, especially something that prestige. And I mean, yeah, feet. You move your feet, yeah, it should be disqualify you. But because I'm off the bench, yeah, I mean those rules have been here for a long time. But just the head thing that kind of got me.
So we watched the USAPL bench bash, which they gave out money. That's
they gave out nice. $500.
Yeah, it was a good amount of money. They gave out medals,
and we hit a damn roadblock.
They're sponsored by Titan. They definitely spent some money in their setup. All their judges look nice in suits and stuff, but I guess that's what you get when you pick your head up with 905. Whatever.
But then they swapped it up, and then they changed it to the XPC so they could do their shows, and they did their bench bash
They
first.
did the multiply bench bash for the XPC.
And,
also, some very impressive lifts.
We got to catch a few of them, but that's when while they were doing their thing, that's when Shane and Greg had
it's time for warm-ups for the show of all shows. The 21 gun salute deadlift XPC show. It was something to watch.
By the way, Dirty South Barbell had two of the 21 from our gym competing in the contest. Actually had three, but one of our members had to get married this weekend. Shout out to Andrew and Hunter. Congratulations. You're hitched now.
You're all hitched up. We we couldn't make it, but extenuating circumstances.
Love you, mean it.
That's a true story.
But no, it was a good show. There was a bunch of class lifters.
It's definitely a show worth watching. Anyway, so we're back warming up. We're warming up, getting ready. And of course, it's kilo plate, so we had to get in math, and we're not great at math.
Because we're freaking Americans, the way they taught us from the begin with. Yeah. Use standard system.
That plus 2.2.
2.2.
Carry the 3 slash backslash.
Times 5.
Either way, we finally got everybody warmed up and ready to go.
Oh, yeah, and this is Greg's first powerlifting style meet in like 10 years, because he swapped to strongman, been doing strongman for like the last 10 or so years, so he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
And he's a master lifter.
Well, it was fun. We finally got him settled down. He pulled his opener of
smoked it.
Was it 654?
654.
654. Smoked it. Went 695, and then
got a little forward of him.
Yeah, went forward. It went to pull and just dumped forward. So we tried it on the third attempt, and I got him to sit back, and he went and just dumped over again. But at least he got his opener in. So that was fun for him.
Some nerves were involved. There were 10,000 people there watching. By the way, shout out to Dan Day for putting it out there. The XPC deadlift 21 gun deadlift salute is definitely the deadlift show of the year. There were literally 10,000 people watching this.
That's one thing I noticed
from the stage. There were so many people. It was like the whole Arnold stopped when they heard the weight hit the floor.
I didn't realize even the USAPL bench bash. You had the people sitting in the chairs.
You had 30 or 40 people. Let's be honest.
Just about 5.
It was not many.
And that one person's grandma. But but when the deadlift part come around, like people that would walk around just started gathering in. It was pretty cool to see.
So we're getting warmed up. Shane's, of course, pulling like a master puller. Everybody eyes on him.
Yeah, looking real good.
We let's give some backstory. He's coming back 5 months after a horrific tricep injury. So we're really just getting our toes in the water to his true potential of what he can pull. That being said, he opens up at 8:30.
Yes.
Which would rip the arms off of many normal men.
But Shane is abnormal. What the hell is this truck doing?
I don't know. He's just cruising down the...
Dude, you can't even go right there.
Well, I think he's a dump truck, Junior.
It don't matter. Why does he get special rights?
He likes to party. He likes to party.
Well, we like to party too.
That's true story.
Anyways, Shane's warming up, looking good. He goes up, pulls his opener of 8:30, and smokes it. Looks great, and that's first time he's been in his full suit since before the accident. So did good with it, and just went to the second attempt. He went all the way up to 9:06, and that would have set him up way far apart from everybody else. But he said once he went to pull, he actually got it off the ground.
Yeah.
And then his tricep caught, the one he had surgery on. So just to keep anything from getting seriously injured, he just put it down and went ahead and stopped. So I
think that he pulled the 8:30. This is just my professional opinion. He pulled the 8:30 so fast.
You're professional?
Yeah, you're right. You got that right.
All right.
Professional.
Professional.
He pulled the 8:30 so fast, the bar whipped hard and kind of hyperextended that arm. That's scientific. And trust me, I'm a doctor.
Dr.
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Drinker. Either way. But that's what happened. He was being a little cautious. His arm is definitely not fully healed back to where we would go 100% and say, hey, quit being an and pull big weight, because we know you can. We're still in the rebuilding phase. So he did the right thing of shutting it down. That being said, off day still finishes second place by 20 pounds. The person that pulled all three had to pull within a millionth of what he could do. Shane has an off day and finishes second. So future's looking bright for Dirty South Barbell in the pulling department.
That's right.
Shane and Havoc definitely on the comeback trail. We're looking for big numbers in the WPO.
That's right.
I'm not saying anything, but it could be the show of what lifetimes. They'll talk about it for years. This is going to be the biggest show in powerlifting. There'll be more. Let's just set that up. That's a little teaser, as they like to call in the business, of future podcasts that are coming. So stay tuned. WPO, we will talk about that for the next 8 months, because in November, the proverbial shit hits the fan, and if you ain't there, you ain't nowhere.
And the monsters among men will gather in one place and showcase
the Clash of Titans.
The Clash of Titans. The showcase of the immortals.
True story.
Yes. But anyways, yeah, the WPO is bringing is having the comeback in November, as they like to say, rising from the ashes. It's going to be awesome. Multiply gear, putting it back on the map, which in my opinion, it never fell off the map anyway. But everybody just seems to go raw these days just because it's a lot easier.
They're cheap. They're cheap.
Cheap.
What are we kidding ourselves? It costs money to build a multiply lift.
A lot of money.
The way I see it, multiply lifting is like drag racing on ice. It's dangerous.
I would say I don't drag race.
I don't know. It just seems dangerous. That seemed like a dangerous analogy.
Why would you drag race on ice? How could you drag race on ice?
Well, I mean, they do it.
You could. How did you get traction?
Well, they put needles in the tires or something. Nailed.
For drag racing?
Yes, but look it up. It's on YouTube.
I don't want to look it up on YouTube. You're the master at this. You should know. Let's talk about this, Joe.
Yeah, let's talk about something else.
No, let's talk about this drag racing on ice. This is almost like a Disney thing, like Disney on ice.
True story. It's like NASA, like NHRA on ice.
Do they have music playing too?
Probably so.
Dance around, like coordinated, synchronized.
Yet again, we're getting way off topic.
That's what we do, though.
Oh, we were talking about Arnold.
Well, let's talk about the Arnold. Arnold was there. You know, that's one thing we was talking about this morning. Talking about Arnold, was wondering, like, you know, even though it's his show, it's after named after him. You know, it was his idea.
Do you think he enjoys it?
Yeah.
After all these years, this was the 30th year of it. 30 years in, do you think he's like, oh, it's March again, got to go to the Arnold?
Got to go to my own show.
Oh, hundreds of thousands of people come to see me.
But I
think he does. He genuinely looks like, in every picture, every video they have of him at these things, it genuinely looks like he still likes seeing people push themselves.
He like seeing people just being happy to be around fitness. And
I appreciate
trying to better themselves and everything like that.
And that's what I enjoy about it. I enjoy the fact that people in these days and age still find a way to push themselves. We're not getting complacent.
Physically.
We're not.
Because definitely this country is a lot. It's about the stereotype like that everybody thinks it is.
Well, that's another topic to dive off in another day.
Let's do it tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to get everybody's panties in the water.
Yeah, it would be good.
We talk about iron because iron is iron.
We are forged in iron.
Okay, no, that's not why we do that. Because 200 pounds is 200 pounds. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
$20 is $20.
No. There's more to that saying, Junior.
But
it's not for this time.
Like that truck
channel.
That truck is a truck.
Oh, we getting deep now.
That's a philosophical saying from Jim Benson, the Viking Hobbit.
And comment below if you want us to cover anything in the future. We're new to this. We're trying to learn. We're trying to give content that people want to listen to. So if you think of something that you want to hear us talk about, comment below.
Or like if you want us to talk about drag racing on ice.
I guarantee that's not going to be in the comments.
I bet it will.
Well, we have troll friends, so it probably will be.
Ryan. Banish. The ultimate troller.
Hashtag ultimate troll.
Dude, speaking of that. Alright, anybody out there, if you think you're a troll, or you know somebody who trolls somebody, I guarantee you put your troll against our troller, and they will go down.
Dude, that is a new sport, troll battle.
Troll battle. Alright, we're going to start that.
Hey, you heard it here first.
Troll battle.
We invented that. If everybody comes out, copyright troll battle.
This is it. On March 44th, 2018.
Did you say 44th?
Yeah.
There's not 44 days in March, you idiot.
What?
It's
anyway,
March 4th.
44th times 4.
And that's why we don't have nice things.
Anyways, March 4th. Serious topic. 2018 troll battle is on. Our troll versus your troll. Bring it.
It'd be like a mix of your mama and Ninja Warrior.
That would be very interesting.
It would. Like, not only did you have to do the obstacle course, but you had to make fun of people while they were doing the obstacle course.
To throw them off their game.
Yeah.
Kind of like basketball.
True story.
This is a long trip.
Really long.
Took us, it's usually probably about 9.5, 10-hour trip. Especially as much as we stop and eat.
That's true. We do eat a lot. But you need to get your calories in if you're going to lift heavy things.
Yep. I try to take in 7,000 to 8,000 a day, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that.
I honestly feel like if I take in less than 5,000 a day, I'll actually lose weight.
I mean, that's a mathematical fact.
So, how many do you try to take in a day?
Yeah. Well, we're going to try for 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right.
I keep my girls figured.
Well, yeah, gotta look good for the wife.
Hey, back then they didn't love me. Now they all love me. I'm not really hot. I'm just a fat guy.
Big Joe.
We got a lot of information to cover in these next couple of podcasts.
Oh yeah. We're actually gonna do a segment on the 5 wise men, which is these 5 guys that's probably influenced me and Shane's life the most.
Let's be honest here. They probably influenced thousands of people in the Middle Georgia area. And we think that you need to know who these guys are.
So that'll be
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that.
The
myself.
5 wise men.
We're not sure about how we're going to do it yet. We're thinking either we're going to do 5 individual interviews with them, and then have them all come in on a podcast together, and then talk about certain topics. And if you got any questions or topics that you would like to hear these guys talk about, leave your comments below.
There's probably over 60 or 70 years of not only general knowledge, but powerlifting, lifting knowledge, life knowledge. I'm sure David knows enough about drag racing to throw most normal men under the bus. So even if you want to know if your car's running right, these guys will fix you up.
What about drag racing on ice?
You know what? I bet David's done it.
Probably has. We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out on the next episode of Talking Dirty.
Talking Dirty.
If you're weak, you better work your ass off until you're not.
That's right. Or you work, and you work some more, and you can never stop. I always like to say, let's see how it used to go. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best.
Okay, I appreciate that.
That was deep.
It was.
It was off a movie. But anyway, it changed my life forever.
But until next time, I'm Joe. He's the Hobbit.
Viking Hobbit. Get it right.
There's no Viking in you.
There is. I watched the show. Anyways, Viking Hobbit.
I'm Joe. Viking Hobbit here.
Jim Benson.
Next time, we'll see you when we see you.
We'll see you. Ha!